So this video is going to be 10 tips for beginners going to the gym. Hello everyone, welcome back from me and Naya. I wanted to make this video today about the things that you should know as a beginner going to the gym. I really wanted to make this video because a lot of people are very intimidated by going to the gym, and I think that's a big barrier to exercise that shouldn't be there, and that I want to help maybe alleviate some concerns and some questions about that. Let's get right into it. So the first thing is, if you're a beginner and you're nervous and you feel like, you don't want to draw attention to yourself, go in with a plan. If you have a training plan or even just a plan that you yourself wrote out, then you will feel more confident and you'll know what you're doing and where you're headed. You can look up examples ahead of time, look up videos for form, look up different exercises. If you want to go in and do ab exercises, look up different examples of ab exercises that maybe you could do. The other thing that could be really helpful is to scope out the gym before you go in and do your workout. So just take a couple laps around, check out what machines they have, where are the free weights, what are the dumbbells, that kind of thing, and see what you have available to you. And that way you can kind of make an efficient plan and you know where you're headed, and you can remember, oh, I was just on this machine and now I want to go do bicep curls. I know where that would be. Number 2, try to warm up and stretch to avoid injuries. Can you stop? This could just be like a quick 5 to 10 minute warm up. Get on the treadmill, get on the bike, the elliptical, whatever, do your cardio of choice just to get your muscles warm, because especially when you're new to working out and if you're new to lifting, then you definitely are more prone to injuries because your body is not used to that force and that tension that you're placing on it. So I definitely would say that's going to be very important so that you don't hurt yourself, because you want to keep coming back. Anything is better than nothing. So if you're like, oh, I really need a quick workout, just do like 2 or 3 minutes of a warm up. But I think it's definitely important to do a warm up. And then along with that, don't go too heavy right off the bat. I think a lot of people want to just kind of jump in and start lifting those really heavy weights, but you need to make sure your muscles are ready for that tension and are warm so that you don't, strain something, and that will cause you to have to take time off of the gym. And I think if you're just getting into it and you're ready to hit it pretty hard, you don't want anything to give you a setback. And kind of going off of that, number 3 is to start light and make sure that you get your form down really well. So form is so much more important than how much weight you're lifting, because you want to really make sure that you are working that muscle in the way that it should be, and you're not going to hurt yourself. So again, avoiding injury. Believe me, you will thank yourself, because you will have way less injuries if you start out light and you really think about that form and think about what muscle you're trying to work, and it's really squeezing that muscle. I think that's overlooked a lot. People think as long as you do the movement, you're gonna get those results, but you're actually gonna get way better results if you think about what muscle you're trying to actually work, and you think about how to move your body properly, tucking your elbows in, making sure your shoulders are rolled back. It's a lot of different little tiny things. And if you've ever gone to what I kind of related to is like a yoga class, if you've ever gone to a yoga class, they might give you the slightest little adjustment and it changes everything about how that position feels. And so that's the same with lifting weights and any exercise really that you do. You should always be thinking about form. You can check your form in the mirror. Typically gyms have mirrors almost everywhere. And you can look in the mirror. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror for your form. Everyone is doing it, whether it's to look at yourself and check out the awesome muscles that you're getting, or to check and make sure that your form is good. Everyone is doing it. And those are really helpful tools, because obviously you can't always see every part of yourself. And so, if you're doing a back exercise or whatever, just take a peek in the mirror. Now, again, you want to watch out. Don't watch yourself the whole time, because that will mess up your form more often than not. But take a peek, see where your form is, and then make sure to keep focusing on good form after that. The other option as far as looking at your form is you can record yourself and then watch it back later. I think that's been really helpful for me recently. Sometimes I think I'm doing an exercise really well, and then I look back at my recording and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing that little thing. And then I can change it for the next time. So that's another really great way to take a look at your form. So number 4, you can do almost anything with dumbbells. If you are very intimidated by all of the different machines and you're not sure how you should best use them, then you can always just pick up some dumbbells and do almost every exercise with your dumbbells. This is a really great thing if you want to just grab some dumbbells, pick a little spot that's yours, and you can just do a number of different exercises, you know, squatting, deadlifts, bicep curls, rear delt flies, pec flies, chest press. I mean, there is an endless list of things that you could do with dumbbells: legs, chest, back, biceps, triceps, everything. The only thing I would say about this is make sure not to hoard dumbbells. That is one thing that people may get a little up in arms about. You don't want to be that person with the 15s, the 20s, the 25s all sitting in your corner, because I think there will be some other people that will be pretty grumpy with you if they see that you're working on those 15s and you still have the 20s and 25s just sitting there doing nothing while they're waiting. And number 5, engage your core. This is so important. This kind of goes along with form, but I had to put it in its own section because it is just so important. Engaging your core is essential to, again, avoiding injury. You can get stronger, actually. The stronger your core is, the better you will be in your lifts. So your core includes a number of different muscles. There are global core muscles as well as local core muscles, and depending on what exercises you're doing, you're going to use those a little bit differently, but it kind of runs all the way from the LPHC, the lumbopelvic hip complex, all the way up. There's deep back muscles. Obviously your abdominal muscles are included in that, but the deep back muscles as well are included in that core. So there's a number of different muscles. It's not just that, you know, abdominal space that you're thinking about, but you're thinking about flexing and keeping everything tight while you're doing exercise, especially the squats, the deadlifts, the really heavy exercises. You want to really make sure that core is engaged. And what I recommend is just doing a few core exercises at the beginning of your workout, not to fatigue them, but just to really get them used to flexing and get your body used to thinking about your core before you go in and do all those heavy exercises. So do some core exercises in the beginning, and then you should have no problems thinking about flexing that core. And number 6 is do not be afraid to ask somebody questions. If you are looking at a machine, you really want to try and use it, but you're just not exactly sure how to set it up for yourself, ask somebody nearby who looks like they may be knowledgeable. And you know, there are often trainers walking around the floor who would be more than willing to help you, as well as other gym goers who know how to use these machines, have used them before, and would be, again, more than willing to help you figure it out. Personally, when I see somebody trying something new, I think it's inspiring. And if somebody would ask me how to use a machine, I wouldn't even think anything of it. I would just go and show them. So I think a lot of gym goers are very open to helping others to get into this, because it is something that we feel like we are passionate about and we want others to join in that passion. And the only thing I would say is don't interrupt a set. If somebody is, you know, in the middle of a workout, don't just jump in and like tap them on the shoulder while they're trying to like push that heavy weight. Give them a moment, let them finish out that workout, and then ask them. That's definitely something that will get you in trouble, but otherwise, as long as they're not busy in that very moment, I think anybody would be more than willing to help and would be able to show you how to use it. All right, and number 7, make sure that you clean off your equipment after you're done using it. I think that sometimes people who are new to the gym don't even know that that is something that is expected. So when you're done with the machine, use that towel that they give you, spray it down, wipe it down with the cleaning solution that they have, and you should have no issues. It's just something that is etiquette as far as the gym goes. People don't want to be sitting in your pool of sweat after you get up. And you don't want to be sitting in other people's pool of sweat, so you can only hope that people wipe down the machine before you get there as well. So that's just something to keep in mind that some people maybe don't know about, but it is common practice to wipe down your own equipment after you're done using it. And number 8, if you don't feel motivated, take some pre-workout. I personally don't use pre-workout because it makes me feel really weird and I just haven't enjoyed it. And so I don't typically need it. I might have a cup of coffee before I go work out sometimes, but typically my own personality is enough to get me through the workout. So I don't take pre-workout, but certainly if you're not feeling motivated and you need that extra motivation, there is nothing wrong with taking some pre-workout. It will give you energy, maybe will give you that boost of motivation that you need, and you'll be able to have a really great workout. It's much better to take some pre-workout and have a great workout than to not go at all because you're just too tired or unmotivated. Sometimes we just need that little extra boost, so definitely look into different pre-workouts. There's more natural pre-workouts if that's something that you try to do in your life. There's definitely a lot more of those out there now that, you can still put some natural stuff into your body to give you energy. And then there's that stuff that just gives you that boost and has a lot of random stuff in it. I personally wouldn't recommend going with a pre-workout that's not clean, but that's up to you, whatever it takes sometimes to get into the gym. Number 9. When you go to the gym, a lot of times it may look like there are people that are angry and maybe they'll even give you a little angry face, but likely they're not looking at you. They're battling their inner demons, as we like to say. Personally, I do not feel that way when I'm at the gym. I am just there to have a good time and get a good pump. But there are a lot of people that may have their hood up, that may be grimacing in the mirror, and maybe it looks like it's at you. Do not be alarmed. These people are probably just really working hard, and they actually probably are blocking out the rest of the world at this point. They probably don't even notice that you're there. So don't be afraid of those people. And they're actually probably very friendly people, but they are just trying to get into that mode. And I would recommend not interrupting them. Unless they come out, their hood comes down, they look up, they make eye contact. I would probably just let them be because they're probably just really trying to push that workout and they don't need distractions. And the last one, number 10, you probably thought this was coming, but enjoy the process. Working out does not have to be a chore. It does not have to be something that you don't look forward to. It can be fun and it's going to improve your life in some way. Working out is so incredible. It gives you endorphins, it builds a better body, it helps with your health in the short term and the long term. Mental health is improved. There are so many benefits to working out, and it doesn't have to look the same for everyone. So really just find what you love and stick to it. I promise that if you continue to show up and really put forth your best effort, you will see results, and you will find that maybe you even grow to love it, and you might want to come back and just keep on pushing. And I would highly recommend, though, if you're a beginner, it is so beneficial to get some sort of personal training, whether that's just a training plan or a one-on-one personal trainer or go into group sessions. Whatever it is, I would highly recommend finding something that can improve you, improve your knowledge. And sometimes it is helpful to have that extra motivation because you have somebody that is counting on you, that is waiting on you, and that believes in you, because that's really a personal trainer's job. It is to motivate, it is to inspire, and it's to help you find out what your next goal is and conquer it. So that's all for today. Thanks for listening, and I hope that the next time you go to the gym, it's a little bit easier after these tips.